Some of our counterparts was the Bureau of Fisheries. We also work with the National Maritime Center, which is our interagency hub for information, no? And the local governments. So yeah, next slide, please. So yeah, the three major strategic approaches of fish right in the current phase is community IUU fishing reporting, marine scientific research, and fisheries investment and market integration. So yeah, we have policy advocacy and communication work as well. So yeah, next. So our area of focus is from, for those who know Batanes, it's way up there in the north, all the way down, here to southern Palawan. No? So that's our supposedly area of operation. But we are currently much more focused on Palawan and Zambales. So here, no, for those who are not there, Palawan, Zambales, and we'll be reaching out this year more to Pangasinan, La Union, Ilocos, and Batangas and Mindoro. And we work with the national government because most of the things that we're tracking are beyond the 15-kilometer limit of the local government jurisdiction, the municipal waters. So most of what we're tracking is beyond municipal LGU jurisdiction. So we work a lot with BFAR. Okay, next. So how did we go about this? In the past, maybe this is one of our lessons learned that we'd like to share with you. In the past, we would also work with fishers and say, okay, if there's any illegal fishing there, then report it to us. And okay, we would get some reports here and there. And then we said, okay, fine, maybe that happens every so when. But then the key concern really of the fishers is, and their families is, are they going to come back that day? Are they going to come back from that trip? Because as we know, given our weather, our storms, a lot of fishers get lost at sea. So their more immediate threat is not IUU fishing, but the elements out there, the weather and so on. Are they going to get back home? So our teammates thought it would be interesting. Maybe we should focus on, are they coming back? So that started this focus on systematic tracking of the fishing trips. And they would say, okay, we aim to come back on this day. And then our teammates would check, okay, how many of them have come back on that day? Who has not yet come back? Maybe we should try to look for them and find out, is there a problem? Why did they not get back on that day? So that started this tracking system. So it's the fisher safety reporting. And here we have an example of this, like I said, my colleague here is the one tracking. So these are different fisher folk associations, and they're tracking how many boats are still currently out, how many arrived today, how many, if any, needs follow-up because they're overdue, and so on. No? And they have this trip safety, and they share that in group chats with with the fishers. Okay, next slide, please. So, however, because we also work quite far, beyond 15 kilometers, many of our fisher partners, they don't necessarily have signal to communicate with, regular cellular signal. So, in the northern part, they have HF radios. So, and a few of them have Starlink. So, those are better connected, and they can much more easily report their status. But here in the southern part, in Palawan side, many only use shorter range VHF radios. So the system that we are currently working on is upon their return. So then they would have more information. So when they leave, okay, you're leaving now. Where are you going? When do you plan to come back? And then we track that. And then once they get back, that's when the rest of the data is collected. So that's how that's working right now. And we're quite looking forward to the Globe Starlink interconnection, as well as some other tips. Actually, we had some chats with the EarthRanger folks who are giving us some tips on other technologies we could try to serve these guys better. No? But for now, that's how it works in our system. Next slide, please. So yeah, so we have right now we're trying sort of transitioning or mixing between EarthRanger and Google Forms. No, we used to be using Google Forms a lot before we used EarthRanger. So now we're shifting some of the things, and this is the data form. But the ones who are actually filling it out, so our fishers use chat groups, and it's our staff who are filling in their information right now into these Google Forms. So we're basically testing the system, how to make it easier for them, and eventually once it's easy, that's when we try to roll it out for them to use directly, for them to directly enter. But right now, it's still being mediated or assisted by our teammate. No. Okay. What else? Yeah. Okay. That's it. Okay. Next. This is our EarthRanger events that we have. So the safety notice is the one that we call for the past due. If they haven't returned yet by the date they said they would return. If they're in distress, there's information of distress. So if there's harassment of our fisher partners, if there's observed illegal activity, if there's suspicious activity, we just call it vessel of interest. If other things they've seen, and if all clear, everything good. So that's, okay, next. Actually these are the development directions for us. Thank you to the EarthRanger team. They already solved some of these things for us, so we'll be ticking off some of the other things that we have to do here. But these are some of the other directions, no? Patrols, strip safety. Yeah, we're still trying to optimize our Skylight work because there's many things. Actually, the difficult ones are dealing with dark vessels, and we remember in our three components of our program, there's a marine science research. We'll do more research work on dark vessel behaviors in our area. Including, of course, our fishers are also dark vessels. So we'll be trying to use various technologies to try to better improve our use of dark vessel data together with AIS. No? The other thing we're thinking of is how do we reduce the workload of our staff by integrating, because the fishers use Facebook chats, messenger chats, and learning a new software and so on might not be so easy to them. So some of the things we're thinking about is maybe we can put in like a little bot inside the Facebook that could maybe transfer some of their reports and data into the system, maybe in the future. Okay. And yes, very important to us is how reporting info back to the fishers, giving back to them. So one of the things that you saw, like how many of your colleagues are still out there, haven't returned. So that's and we're still trying to find out from them. Like, for example, some of the things that might be of interest to them is where are the known areas where there are harassment, so they could like avoid going there and be able to do their work safely. No, we're also trying to work more closely, with BFAR to integrate our systems with their broader illegal fishing tracking systems. No, okay, thanks. Next. This is. Okay, so what do we do with the information? This is, of course, the important part. No, Fish Right by itself does not do enforcement. So what we do is we connect them to the authorities and mediate that interaction and trying to find out what is actionable from our enforcement partners. So what we do is we work with the provincial IUU fishing task forces. So one in Palawan, one in Zambales, and we're helping set up more in the other provinces which we'll be working in. And for example, one example in Palawan is we have the Philippine Coast Guard, the Palawan Council for Sustainable Development staff, the Philippine National Police and its maritime group, BFAR, the Western Command, the Armed Forces, and the provincial local government. And the good thing is that the National Maritime Center and in Palawan, there's the Regional Coordinating Center. Their mandate really is to take in information and give it to the right authority to do the action. So for example, if our fishers see, it seems to be there's some smuggling going on, then we just always just send it to the NMC, RCC, and they figure out, oh, this should go to this authority versus, or this other authority, or this other authority for action. So that partnership works very well with us because we don't do enforcement, but it still gets acted upon. And they're also, so right now our stage is we're trying to get this closer conversation between the fishers and the authorities so that the authorities can better tell us, this one, if like you come 3 days later after your fishing trip and you said there's something illegal there, it's not something we'll act upon because that's already days ago. So that sort of thing, that conversation, so that people will have a better idea of what's actionable and what's not, and how to better provide the information that the authorities can deal with. So that sort of thing, that conversations going on to improve the response rate and things like that. So that both sides, the expectations will be better met. Actually, that's right now, it's our stage of that, is to try to find out the expectations of the enforcement group, expectations from the fishers, and then the fishers also, what's their expectations of the other, and are those being met? So that's where we are right now. Okay, next. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Andre, for that insightful session, for demonstrating how community-generated information and complementary technologies can strengthen analysis, verification, and response across institutions.